Okay, the today talk is about Cartesian plane. This is a Cartesian plane, the topic of today. What is a Cartesian plane? We come to certain definition. We have the definition here. I go from 1 to 5 different definitions. Let me draw and explain what is a Cartesian plane. Okay, Cartesian plane is a combination of x and y axis. What is the x-axis and what is a y-axis? Okay, x-axis is basically a vertical line like this. It's maybe it's not quite good. I'll just make it again. This is how x-axis look like, and this is a y-axis. Okay, now x-axis and y-axis. X-axis is the horizontal one, and y-axis is the vertical one. Now it actually continues from both sides, top and bottom, and as well as from left to right. Now, the coordinate grid, the first topic that we're going to talk, the coordinate grid here, meaning a combination of x and y axis. Now, what is x-axis? This is the horizontal one. What is the x-axis again? Is here the horizontal one. What is the y-axis? Is the second. Okay, what is the x-axis here? The x-axis is this part, which is from here starting to here. And what is the y-axis? Okay, we have the y-axis here, meaning from positive to negative down. Okay, what is the origin? Origin is the place that x and y-axis get together, these locations, exactly these locations. Okay, now what is the quadrant? Quadrant is each part that you see here. For example, this part all the way is considered as quadrant number 1, and here this area is considered as quadrant number 2. Here this area is considered quadrant number 3, and this area is considered as quadrant number 4. As you see, this is like counterclockwise. Okay, now we have 4 quadrants. Okay, I just go quickly to delete it back to its original locations. Okay, now the quadrants are the locations that being made based on the junction of x and y axis. Now each locations you see in x-axis, we have starting from 0. This is the junction. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It can continue up to 50. Then -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Now, whatever from in the x-axis, whatever we move from the 0 point to the right, this area is become positive 1, 2, positive 3, and positive 4, and positive 5. And we go to the left is minus or -1, -2, -3, and -4. And again, in y-axis, once we move from 0 to upper part is considered positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4. And we go down is negative, actually -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay? Now, a coordinate, which now we're talking about this topic, this one we already explained. When we talk about coordinate, we are talking about a point. For instance, this is a point. We just pointed out this point. Okay, we call this point as A. Okay, now if we see the location of A that being coordinated by x, which is this, the value is 4, and the value that coordinates from y-axis, to be exact, is exactly like here. Okay, now 4. Therefore, your A point A, you have x and y axis. Instead, you can just simply put A, the value is 4 here, in bracket 4, and the value for y is actually 4 again. Coincident. Now, we try another point. Okay, let's say here we have another point. Here we have, we just draw it. This point is called B. Okay, what is the x-axis for B? Is -2. We put -2, and what is the y-axis is 2. Is 2 here. Okay. Now, let's make another try, like two negatives. For example, point here, okay? What is the x-axis? Is minus, let's say, call it c. C is -3, and what is the y-axis? The y-axis is -2. You have -2. Okay, now therefore we have the coordinates. Now next lessons we will learn more about shapes and how we can make shapes in these coordinates.